Hi everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Today, just running some range drills, having a good time for you. Got another drill to run on our Active Self-Protection target. No, they're not available yet, but this drill we are calling There and Back Again.
Magtech has maintained their high quality during the ammo panic and ramped production to the max. Their ammo is the only ammo I run on the range because of its performance and reliability. I recommend Magtech wholeheartedly.
There and Back Again simulates a situation potentially. It's just a drill though, guys. So at a drill situation, you are going to draw on the beep if you can draw, otherwise go from a low ready. Draw and fire one shot on the 8-inch circle. Then you are going to transition down and fire one shot on the 3x5 vertical cards, on one of those 3x5 cards. Then you're gonna fire one shot on the 2-inch circle. You're gonna fire two shots on the 1-inch square. Come back, fire one shot on the 2-inch circle, one shot on the 3x5 vertical card, one shot on the 8-inch circle. And you're gonna do all that, get those hits, and go as fast as you can. Vickers scoring on this one, so any miss outside of the target zone, line hits all count, but any miss outside of the target zone adds a second to your time. Don't miss. Now, if you wanted to say, well, what does this teach me in terms of my shooting skills, John? This one I have designed to think about targets at different distances. So for instance, a multiple attacker engagement. On the main channel, about a third of all attacks on the main channel involve multiple attackers. Most of the time, those multiple attackers are at different distances. They don't normally line up to you, all at the same distance like an El Pres. Nothing wrong with El Pres. I'm not bagging on El Pres. I'm saying most of the time they're at different distances. And that's reflected in competitive shooting and stuff like that too, right? Where they put targets out at different distances that you got to engage, moderate your grip sights and triggers. So that's what we're doing here. Of course, an 8-inch circle represents an A zone at this target. So we're going to put this target out at 5 yards, okay? So this represents an A zone at 5 yards, a very typical defensive shooting where you want to go quickly. Then out here, this guy, a 3x5 card at 5 yards is like a USPSA zone, A zone at 10 yards. So that's about half scale, right? So 6x10 is pretty close to a USPSA A zone. And so that represents a target out at 10 yards. Now, why this low one rather than using the head box here, which is also a 3x5 card? Because this one is arranged horizontally. These ones are arranged vertically, and I'd rather have vertical spread than horizontal spread because I have more margin for success in the vertical spread. So 5-yard A zone, 10-yard A zone. 2-inch circle at 5 yards is like an 8-inch circle at 20 yards. So we quadruple the distance to get that quadruple the size to an 8-inch circle. So that's hitting an A zone of somebody quite a ways away. And then the 1-inch square is like hitting a head box, like a head box shot at 25 yards. So this is a 1-inch square here. This box here is 5 inches by 5 inches. So a 1-inch square at 5 yards is like hitting a head box at 25 yards. So we're kind of thinking about this idea of, I got a close bad guy at 5 yards. I got a moderate bad guy at about 10 yards. I got a pretty far away bad guy who's a threat to somebody, me, whatever, at 20 yards. And I have a very precise shot on a head box target at 25 yards that I need to stop a threat right now. So why there and back? Because we're just moderating our trigger press and changing speeds as appropriate. So again, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see how fast we can do it. As for scoring, I think anything under 20 seconds on this one is competent. This is a very difficult drill. So anything under 20 seconds, I think you're doing perfectly fine. Anything under about 12 seconds adjusted time, man, you're really an advanced shooter. You're doing a really good job. Anything under 9 seconds, I think that, man, you are killing it at the game, okay? So we'll call that competence, advanced standing, and like, you rock. Finally, for the first time in forever, I shot a clean run on my first one. Ah! 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Feel pretty happy with that. Let's look. I took my time on the first shot, shot a 148. I knew that. I was like, no, I'm not missing that first one. I told myself to be particularly careful there. And then a 0.7 split, 0.9 split, 1.3 split, and then an 8.6, 8.97, and 4.7 back. You can see that there. Verified 7:45. That's pretty quick. I might have been a little generous on time there. I don't generally consider myself to be like the highest level shooter. Let's run it again and see if I fluked it. Gotta be real. I'm stinking happy with those 1-inch square shots in those kind of time frames. That made me happy. That's more like it, John. Okay, use the 7 this time. Those were clean. Both those were a tiny bit high, so that cost me 2 seconds. All 4 in there, 2 in there, 2 in there. So that cost me 2 seconds. So that turns this 892 into an 1192, which would be advanced standing, but not quite the incredible that I did on the first one. So yeah, let's try it one more time and see where my averages are. Okay. .894 with 1 miss. Missed that guy right there. 2 hits there. Got both of those in there. Had 1 miss. So 894. Gosh, that would have been the high standing as well. Just pushed me into a 994. This is a tough drill. This one's not easy. So again, you got to get your hits, and you're seeing I'm pressing a little bit fast because I'm like, dude, I want to get under 9 seconds. And I would have had I just maintained and not healed just the tiniest bit. Such is life. Go shoot it. Let me know how it goes. Put it on video and put it in the Ask Dry Fire Challenge group, would you?